In the art world, making a connection with someone is only half the battle. And I mean a real connection with someone who's important and can help and support you. Because the real magic happens in the follow-up. And I'm sure you've been in this situation where you have had a connection but didn't know how to follow up, or the follow-up didn't work out, and a relationship that you knew might be valuable with a collector, a gallery owner, or someone else of influence that could really help your career didn't happen. So I want to talk about why follow-up matters. It matters because it builds trust. It keeps collectors engaged and can turn one conversation into a lasting, supportive relationship. And by a supportive relationship, I mean one that can not only buy art from you on a regular basis, but one that will also bring in their friends and colleagues to support your work, one that could also fund projects of yours. Maybe you need a bigger studio. Maybe you want to build a studio or rent one. That kind of lasting support is created with the correct follow-up. Okay? That's what's really important. And I'm going to break this down here, and we're going to talk about just how to do that. And if you have been watching my videos and you know about me, you know I've written books on this. And so I'm talking from experience of interviewing over 1,700 artists on Yale University Radio. And this is what they do, right? Many artists stop at the first contact and miss opportunities, right? This is huge, right? Because you will meet collectors, maybe you've met curators, maybe you've met galleries, owners, and these people meet hundreds of artists. But without follow-up, you're forgotten. And that's why this is a critical step to not only understand, but to execute well. And again, I'm going to break this all down here in this video, but following up couldn't be more important. It's, again, how you get referrals in the future, how you get sales in the future. So, most sales and opportunities, and this is just a reminder to think about this, but most sales and opportunities, like getting represented by a gallery, getting into shows, most of those sales and opportunities happen after multiple touch points, not the first interaction. Again, because you're building trust, right? You're building a relationship. You're building something lasting. And trust is huge because they might love your art upon first sight, but who are you? They want to know that you're someone that is going to be consistent. They want to know that you're someone that's nice, that cares, that they can work with, right? Galleries, collectors, if they want a relationship, if they want to keep buying your art, they want to know that you're someone that they want to keep talking to. And they want to know that you want to keep talking to them. So the solution here really, and what I'm talking about today, is the art of the follow-up, right? So here is some practical strategies for any artist. The first one is be timely, right? Reach out within a few days of meeting someone. Not weeks or a month, but you run into somebody outside. Maybe it's serendipity, maybe it's in a cab, maybe it's on the street, maybe it's at a store, an opening. They say they have a gallery, they say they like art. You exchange Instagrams or some kind of information. Really important to follow up within a few days. The timeliness of the first, way to reach out. And the way to reach out is to remind them of the meeting that you just had and share updates. This is what I'm working on. These are new works. Not just checking in, right? Not just, hey, just wanted to check in and say, great to meet you. So happy we have some common interest. Show them some new work. And remember, when showing them new work, don't give them your website. Just attach 1 or 2 JPEGs. Everybody's busy, so they may not have time to look through your website. So it's really important that you're personal. And by personal, I mean don't sound like a robot or ChatGPT, right? Reference your conversation that you had with them, to show it's genuine, right? Authenticity. This is what everybody talks about. And I interview curators and gallery owners every single week, as well as artists for Yale University Radio. So I hear this all the time, right? It's about authenticity and being genuine. So again, don't sound like ChatGPT or a robot. Be personal, anecdotal, and stay consistent. Relationships are nurtured over time, not through one email. So, if you don't get a response to that email, don't assume that they're not interested. Maybe you just gave them an update and there wasn't anything to answer to. Send them another one in a week. Say, hey, it was great meeting you. I just wanted to follow up. I'm going to send you a little bit about, something that you've done. Again, a new image, and say, give them an invitation to a studio visit or a Zoom studio visit, or ask them a question about something that they're into. Like, what kind of work do you collect? I'm interested to know, what kind of work you have on your walls. And remember, following up isn't about being pushy at all. And that's what everybody's fear is. Oh, I'm being pushy, I'm being a pest. But it's not. It's about building trust. And trust is everything. Anybody who's out there in the world running a gallery or a collector knows you have to follow up and follow up and follow up to reach people and build a relationship, right? It's like this with friends as well. Collectors and curators want a relationship with the artist, not just the artwork. And good follow-up shows professionalism. That's what it's about. Professionalism, right? It's not about being pushy or a pest at all. It's about professionalism and reliability. And that's what they want to know from you. Are you reliable? Are you trustworthy? Are you professional? Sending an email once a week or once every other week is that. And when you ask them questions about what they do, it also takes you out of the hot seat, so you don't have to keep coming up with updates every week. Ask them a question about their art, or ask them a question about a show that they might have seen, something like that. And so, in ending here, I want you to reflect on your own follow-up habits, right? You've been through this. There's someone that you've met that you thought, oh, I should have followed up, or I did follow up, but I never heard from them. Reflect on that. What did you write to them in the follow-up? What exactly happened in that follow-up? So what I would like to leave you with is I want to suggest making a simple system, a spreadsheet or reminders, whatever works for you, or notes to track contacts. So when you meet somebody outside, when you meet somebody anywhere, whether it's really casual meeting or at an opening or somewhere else, and you think there's something there, track this in a spreadsheet, reminders, notes, whatever works for you. But it's really important that you track these things, because that's what will make all the difference in the world. And again, the follow-up, it can't be an afterthought, right? It's the bridge. It's everything that turns a first impression into a lasting relationship where it benefits both of you. It's mutual, right? You meet a collector, a gallery owner, they're looking for you too. They want to meet an artist that is interesting to them. And of course, you want to meet someone that's interesting to them. So remember, it's not an afterthought. It's the bridge that turns a first impression into a lasting relationship. That's all for today. More coming. Thanks for listening.